The recovery effort in Texas has been paused this morning because of new heavy rains and new high water warnings. The death toll stands at least 129, and the number of missing is around 160. State climate officials warn deadly flash flooding can happen here. From the air, the images are haunting, but this is not Texas or New Mexico. It's southeastern Minnesota in August of 2007. Up to 18 inches of rain fell between August 18th and 20th of that year, triggering flash floods, killing 7 people and causing $179 million in damages, most of that damage in Winona, Fillmore, and Houston counties. State climate officials are studying the disaster in Texas and what lessons can be learned. Here's my conversation with Minnesota senior state climatologist. Joining us right now is Kenny Blumenfeld. He is the senior climatologist for the state of Minnesota. Thank you so much for coming on.
Very glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
I know we're all looking at the images of Texas and New Mexico and other communities and wondering what's going on. Our team has done a great job of explaining it, but I was wondering if you could go a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there was a catastrophic flood that obviously has killed, I think they're still counting up the death toll, but we're well over 100. And it was a catastrophe that, in many ways was hard to predict, and in other ways, we kind of saw coming. And there's always questions about, well, can this happen here? And of course, we look at our climate in the Minnesota Climate Office, and we've seen similar, although not identical, instances, and we've had some close calls. We don't have the same climate as Texas, but we do get very heavy rain here.
One of the things that I understand is that it was an intense rain event. Can you explain what that is? And you told me that we are seeing those here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So really, what happened in Texas was no different from what happens in Minnesota when we get intense flash flooding. You basically get a thunderstorm or a very heavy rainstorm that does not move very much, or it regenerates in the same place for a matter of hours. And if you think of a normal summer downpour, where it's raining really hard and you can see the raindrops kind of pounding on the ground, that usually lasts a half an hour here at most. But every once in a while, the ingredients in the atmosphere come together where the storms just move really slowly, or they don't move at all, or they regenerate. And those kind of downpours end up lasting for multiple hours. And when that happens, it just overwhelms the ground's capacity to hold that water. The water runs off, and any rivers, streams, any low-lying areas around there, they just swell, and the water rises catastrophic.
Are these events happening more frequently both here and across the country? And is it because of climate change?
So there has been a documented increase in both the frequency and also the intensity of these types of events. And the general notion is that as the global climate warms, it also puts more water from the ocean into the air, which then adds fuel to precipitating weather systems. And so, it's not that the entirety of the flood is because of the way the climate has changed, but usually studies have shown 5 to 10% of that precipitation was additional or added because of having a warmer climate globally.
You mentioned we have these events here, and there are areas of Minnesota that are prone to flash flooding. And specifically, you say, from a climatological standpoint, you're looking at southeastern Minnesota, where there was an historic flood, tragic flood in 2007. Could that happen here? Could something similar happen here to what happened in Texas?
Oh, I think so. I mean, in terms of the human toll, it's really often comes down to people being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then also not getting warning with enough time for them to do something about it. The storm you're referring to in 2007 was massive. It was, I think, something like 3,000 square miles, which is, numerous Minnesota counties were covered by rainfall amounts that we would expect to recur every 100 to 500 years. And there were parts of that area that received 15 inches of rain, which is just astronomical. It was an all-time record for Minnesota. And we did have a lot of the footage would have looked similar. Again, the death toll mercifully was lower in 2007 in Minnesota than it was recently here in Texas, but it was, there were landslides, there were structures collapsing, bridges blowing out, roads buckling. It was all kinds of things happening. So it was a big deal.
So it sounds like you're saying this could happen again, not just in Texas, but elsewhere, even here at home.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, here in Minnesota, we get flash floods somewhere in the state, usually a couple or a few times a year. They're usually pretty minor, but every once in a while, we get big ones. So yeah, we are definitely susceptible to major floods.